Red Black Embrace. So yesterday we played Red Black Embrace and I liked it. We had a lot of fun. We won every match we played. And so I want to run it back. So some changes we made at the end is we cut okay, we cut Bone Crusher Giant and we cut Glory Bringer so that we could add in Phoenix of Ash, the last copy of Demonic Embrace, and the last copy of Ashiok Dream Render. This makes us a little bit more dedicated to our graveyard, but I think it also makes us a lot more linear, which is a great game one plan. So I think that's where we want to be in life. And then off stream, I tweaked the mana base a little bit. We had added 2 Ramunap Ruins. I went up to the full 4. I did this by going from 9 swamps to 7, and I cut a Canyon Slough for a mountain. This gives us 19 black sources and 17 red sources. So I think that should be good enough. Granted, no, I didn't. Okay, I cut 2 untapped black sources, so we're at 11 for turn 1, but we only really have Knight in the main and then Thoughtseize out of the side, so I'm not super worried about that. Should be fine. We're more worried about this part of our curve than anything else. So if we miss Knight on 1, we miss Knight on 1. Should I be a different avatar for this? I could be like Liliana, right? I have a Liliana somewhere? Yeah.
Apologies for the smell. I've been recruiting.
I've been recruiting. Nah, we'll still be the cat. Pirate Dad. Oh, good call. Good call. There he is.
Here be monsters.
Good call. What a meta choice right there. Here be monsters. No fire, no steel. See, we would have looked exactly like our opponent if we had gone with my first choice. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. We got turn 1 Knight. Turn 2, we can remove a thing, and then we can Phoenix of Ash. Sounds great. Demons give you wings. I mean, that's a great draw. They didn't give us anything to cut, but we drew the Crocs anyway, so fantastic. Okay, are they missing green, I wonder? They're mono blue planeswalkers or something.
So many mysteries. Meditate and prepare.
I don't think they are, all of a sudden. It's only a 2/2, right? Do we take to the skies here? I kind of just want to, like, embrace this, kill the Narset. We could just Phoenix, too, though. Yeah, let's Phoenix, kill Narset so they don't draw another card. Like, we're not particularly worried about us not drawing cards, but this diversifies our threats a little bit. White. Maybe they are missing green. Or maybe they're just like a big control deck. Some sort of nonsense. That's true. I guess we could have just put Narset to 1. Oh, technically you can cut your own creature, right. Oh, that Aftermath emblem's kind of sweet. I like a lot of the aesthetic choices they went with for the Amonkhet Remastered cards. Like the little emblem, the fact that when you're viewing it in some views, it's top, and then when you're viewing it and you want to look at it more, it's like this instead of being the weird one's one way, one's the other. Wrath? Yeah, top, sideways, weirdness. Ah! Fairy.
Let's slow this down. Let's skip to the good part.
I kind of want to play Ashiok this turn, huh? Alright, so I think we just lead on all attack to Fairy. And they just let that happen. Okay. This plays around Censor.
Nightmares are the palette for my grief.
A lot of lands we just hit, but
Let me know if you're up for
we get to Croxa next turn.
The exploit ripples through time. Be mindful.
They're just a big control deck question mark.
Obeys me.
Bolus obeys me. Heck. We can embrace the night to kill this Ugin. Oh, that's true. Sure, you can draw a card.
I seek honor.
You intellect
Death comes for us all.
Death comes for us all, chat. So, if they approach... kind of have to work... no way to deal with that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You hit them for 9 down to 5. I don't care. I think we just want to get Crocs in play. Yeah. Hey, we finally drew a card off our Ashiok. Yeah, exactly. Ashiok is just this weird blanket of fog and nightmares that hoses so many opposing archetypes. Okay. So this is already proving to be useful to us. I should have played this first so that I could play Knight. Sure. Ooh, Earthshaker Kenra, nice. Yeah. I wish we had more mana so that I could, like, double cut it. But I don't. So here's the thing. They played a Scryland last turn and they topped. My graveyard's pretty stacked. Do I just, like, mill them? I think I'm just gonna mill them with this last Ashiok thing. I mean, they apparently put a land on top, but we also hit 2 Teforis, so we'll take it. We hit Oath, 2 Teforis, and a Glacial Fortress.
I know what must be done. Hurry!
So we have a land. Play this, they block here, they take 6. If I do this here, they have 3 cards and 5 mana though. I don't mind putting ribbons in the graveyard though, so let's try it. Let's give it an old spin. Okay. They're ramping our ribbons? We're now 2 lands off of just casting ribbons for lethal? One land off of Earthshaker Kenra plus Demonic Embrace.
Right on schedule.
It sounds so weird.
We need to move.
Oh,
quickly.
right. They didn't get a shark because they cast a creature. What a weird thing that is going on over there. Oops, all Teferi. And they got to scry and then draw with the other Teferi?
Hurry.
I don't know. All right. So what's my angle here? Do I Earthshaker or do I just Ribbons 2 turns in a row? Earthshaker doesn't get countered. Not you, Windows. Okay. So that means their top card was Approach or something? Wow, that worked, right? None of us were. Not a single person here was like, yeah, this is gonna work. We were just like, I guess this is what we're in for. I think they have a counter spell. Them getting an extra turn is real bad. Cause that means their Teferis
Keep up the
are...
pace.
No. No, this is fine. Teferi ults at 8.
No time for a break.
No time for a break. I think it's more than just the voice actor, honestly. I think it's also how it was recorded seems a little weird. Yeah. I miss the old Teferi, and it tears me up inside that I'm saying that.
We need to move quickly.
If we draw Robinop runes, are they dead to that? I haven't counted. So it costs 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. We're 1 land short. Like, if we draw the Ramanop ruins, we're 1 short. Yeah.
Hurry.
Boy.
Oh, bad luck.
This is where main deck Thoughtseize would be nice. We can play around Censor, yeah. How was that killing you? They get to untap all their lands before anyone says anything because they had 4 Teferi activations this turn. It's going all right. I don't have enough to cast Ribbons for 3 twice. Wait, does that change it? No. So it costs 5. So 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. But, like, that's all I got. I can cast Ribbons and Croxa. No, this costs 5 total, so I can't do that. What? What is happening? Okay. Nothing. They had absolute nothing. That just worked. Got it. Fantastic. So I believe the trick was we did this. We definitely want Thoughtseize in here. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. What? What? Right. That just worked. Okay. Yeah, we could probably cut 2 of these. Maybe we don't need all 4 Ferocidons, because I really think Thoughtseize is important. We didn't see, like, a ton of life gain out of them, so... Let's try this. What just happened? They did everything, chat. If your deck puts 2 5 fairies in play, you can activate them twice a turn, and you still lose the game? And you still lose the game? Oh, the first hand was better. Man, this is tough. I want both of these because one is a threat and one is hand disruption. Hey, Pizza. I think I'm just going to bottom the second Demonic Embrace. We have 2 more and we have an Ashiok to find them. We just have this glut of 3s is the problem. Ah, sweet. I'm going to play Knight just so I can start pressuring them. I took Wrath because it kills literally my only threat and... Oh my god. And it means that, like, they miss a 4 play, so... A turn 4 play. Let me word better. Oh no, he's talking about foreplay on the Twitch. That's TOS. Twitch, I would like to report TOS. I'm gonna go ahead and activate first because I could potentially hit a Croxa here. Perfect! Stop it, Windows. Oh, I see why I keep doing that. Hold on. Alright. Oh? Oh. Yeah, I get to 5 Fairy here. Let's draw another Thoughtseize. Take their Temporal Sundering, give them nothing. Well, I'm glad I did it then, Catal, because I was doubting myself. Ah, Grafdigger's Cage.
I know what must be done. Let's skip to the good part.
Let's skip to the good part. Wait. Wait, huh? So they can phase Croxa at a time. This is at 10. Shh, shh, shh. Come on. You're in my way, cat. I literally can't see the screen because of your stupid tail. Alright. Please move your butt out of the screen.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Do-do-do.
I leave you with one life.
Can you please lie down? Please? Please, sir? Our only hope is that they missed their 6th land. Like, even then, they're pretty far off of killing us, I think. There you go, bud. That's our good boy. Good puppy cat. Good idiot monster demon child. Settle. They did show us settle last game. Wop, wop. Well, if you're wrong, then we're dead. We're not dead. We have like Kinra's and Embrace. That's the joy of this deck, chat. Look at this. Well, they don't want to discard a card because, like, when this attacks... Look at that. Immediately just refill my hand to, like, just get them. Have they still not found another land? Okay, they found it. This is hilarious. Well, they have to bounce Ashiok because this isn't in play. Like, I guess they could bounce Teferi, but that, like... There's no point. Oh my gosh. They should have just discarded a card. They can't interact with Teferi. Yeah, exactly. Like, they can bounce Ashiok, but that just resets it for me. They could bounce Teferi, but that, you know, the whole point of casting this... Oh, can you... You don't have to target something? I thought you had to. Up to one target on land. Okay, got it. Still, they didn't have any good targets, which is nice. Woof.
I wonder what you feel.
Ouchies. I hurt. Well, I'm going to kill the Ashiok before it inadvertently kills me. Hey, Kyle.
My dreams dissipate like smoke.
I can't do this. That's fine. Sure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I was like, sure. I'm all right. I was a little sleepy this morning, but I got to sleep in because it's my day off. What a weird match. What a strange thing that just happened. I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. Yeah, we had like Thoughtseize basically was our main axis of attack and didn't really do a whole lot. I am playing in the Hooglandia Open. Yep. Definitely lucky to have Saturday and Sunday off. I mean, we're currently 6-0 with it, but some of that is definitely matchup stuff going on where people are playing weird blue-white Ugin decks. Like, what was that? What was going on there? Don't share the secret. Yeah, right? If you always get paired in favorable matches. and hit the list as I'm currently streaming it with like 2 websites recording what I'm doing. I mean 4 if you include the streaming services. Because we got Stream Decker, we have Cardboard Live, we have YouTube, and we have Twitch. Hey, bud. DMCA takedown. Oh no, don't say that. YouTube will get me. I've never been gotten. Get to play our tap land on 1, Crocs on 2, cut on 2. I think this is just Gruul aggro. I will assume Gruul aggro until proven differently. Turn 3 Citadel. Ah! This might just be like a 1-deck session. Like hour and a half to 2 hours, just so I can feel happy with this. And that way I don't burn out on the deck before tomorrow. Oh, it is Jun. Crap. Okay, this is actually a matchup I wanted to try out. Crap. I have to cut something, right? Well, the problem with saving it for Devil is this isn't instant speed, and they're ramping to a very quick Citadel. I kind of want to cut one of the elves so that they can't get to Citadel that fast. Yeah, they can't Citadel next turn. That's true. All right. Let's kill Blood Artist. They can Citadel next turn with Tower. Yeah, Tower gives them two black plus these, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, they can definitely Tower this turn and kill us. I'm not either, to be honest. Is it? How is this still okay? I guess we can Croxa, get a card out of one of their 2 hands. Oh, we have to sacrifice it. Awkward. Honestly, it's kind of weird that they discarded Goose because it's 2 permanents for Citadel. They're in love with the Coco, chat. So if they have one of their 2... Oh, they don't have one of their 2 claims. have 7 permanents in play. 8. 9. We're just dead next turn. They literally play one thing off the top and we're dead. Yeah. Alright, so we get a Braid. Get Thoughtseize. I actually like Rampaging Ferocidon here. I need 7 cuts. Is Croxa just too slow here? I mean, this can take their Citadel before they cast it, is the idea at least. You don't like Croxa or Thoughtseize. So do we... I think we want this then? Maybe cut a Demonic Embrace? This is one of the matchups I wanted to try. Giving them a turn 2 combo doesn't feel great, though. I mean, they randomly have things in their graveyard that we want to exile, like Woe Strider, but I guess that's kind of... not as good, but we still have Embrace, Kenra, and Phoenix. It's a good 5. They're already at 13, which you love to see against the Citadel deck. Actually, that's really huge. What if we kill this so we can get them down to 11? Or do we save this for Bone... I think we save this. Look at that. Got down to 11 anyway.
Beg
Woo!
final
Woo!
is upon you.
We get to Demonic Embrace, discard Phoenix. Oh, it's so good. Oh, yeah, they do play Fabled Passage. Alright, well, that's dying. If nothing else, that has to die right now. They have like, sure, another Bone Crusher Giant. This is good because it means they use their food on that. Two X's figures, maybe? I think we need to mill first because we could hit a bigger Phoenix. We did not hit a bigger Phoenix. About early dorks and attacks them. I don't know. We could try that. Grasp of Darkness. We have 19 black sources.
This has been
So that's possible.
a nightmare.
Being at 20 this late in the game is pretty sweet, huh? Do they run Disfigure? Like, do I get punished by playing this and then they just disfigure it? Look at that, I called it. Oh, yeah, they can sack their board to kill this? Sure. We can go back up to 20. Just cut a mountain for another swamp. Easy switch. Or cut a mountain for the third canyon slough again. Ah, I wish I had one more land. I could play this and mill them because they just topped. Oh, God. They're going to go, like, land Citadel. They only have 9 life, though.
I am that which nightmares themselves fear.
Look, I can do both. That's why. Do I mill them? Our graveyard's pretty full. And I don't remember if they double topped or what.
This is my
Ugh. Taking away their Thoughtseize is actually kind of annoying. I should have abraded first. I'm hitting the devil. The devil kills me. Yeah. Yeah, they get to ping here and then attack Ashiok down, but that's like 3 life or 4 life we're not losing. And if we draw a land, we... Oh, plus the scry, yeah. Yeah, okay. So if I abrade first, they can't kill Ashiok. And then they do all this and I mill them out. Taking 6 down to 4 here. And then this goose just is set loose on us. Yep. Six, 7, 8. So stomp. Oh, okay. So they don't have stomp. I was saying if they had another stomp, they actually had lethal. Oh, they sack 3 creatures here and then we die? Yeah, okay. I got it. I mean, I'm okay with this tank lethal because that lethal actually took some thought, you know? That was definitely a not necessarily easy line. I don't mind that. But like 3 damage burn spell. I have mana to cast 3 damage burn spell. You're at 3 life. So we wanted to do this so that we could eliminate. Actually, yeah, I think eliminate's better because hitting some planeswalkers is going to come up. So if that's the case, I would rather have more untapped mana. Yeah. My mind was in 2 ways there. What is on your chin, my dude? Is that a scab? What have you been up to? Don't hide your face. Bud. Who did this to you? Was it Stormy? Was it Stormy? I don't know if you can see that little scab that's on his face. So Riddle picks fights with Stormy that he can't win. 1, 2, 3. Wait, is this the same person we just played? No, okay. Might be the same deck, though. Same deck. No way to kill this in hand. These were Bone Crusher Giants before. Notably. We don't have any removal in our main deck, huh? Yeah, I was actually thinking that, like, 2 Phoenix, 2 Bone Crusher. Oh yeah, we have 2 cuts, sure. Oh boy. We hadn't faced it yet, but it is, Crokies has been playing it, so obviously everyone wants to play it. We got really close in game 2 of the last match. Let's see if we can't pull it out. Hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. On the back of these disfigures, I keep this hand. I will kill all of your stuff. We also have Rampaging Frost on, though, so... That's a decent draw because it means we get to disfigure and hold up disfigure for something else. Almond Cat. I forgot that people called it that. Look at this. Look how smart and thin I am, chat. Oh, I'm a genius. I am the greatest. Yeah, probably. Well, I was thinking Phoenix because their life total is incredibly relevant. Yeah, take 1, nerd. I'm just gonna kill this thing. I know playing a second Ferocidon is tempting, but just gonna kill the darn thing and get out of him. I think this is how this matchup is supposed to go. I think this is how love goes. Like, they're already at 9. Maybe? Maybe we can tweak it around. Scoos. Well, they can't gain life, so we got that going for us. It does get bigger, so they can double block. Yeah, we can just fly over, though. Maybe this is wrong. Yeah. Killing the thing that kills you does sound appealing, in fact. So now I attack with both of these and kill whatever blocks them. Sure. Oh, I played this wrong. I should have played this first. I should have played knight first. Whatever. I know my mistake. Twitch chat, calm down. Calm down, Twitch chat. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we finally got one off of the best deck in the format, question mark. If I lost, yeah, see, you knew what was up. I was just trying to lose all the life to put counters on my things. All right. Untap Black Source? Oh. Untapped Black Source there would have been just the best. I'm kind of tempted to play this, actually. No, never mind. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. Alright, we get to kill this. Yeah, I was thinking about, like, double black spells, but we don't have those. Yeah, you're late, Swamp. I can't cast a creature and hold up removal, but I think I do want to cast a creature here. Flo Josh with the follow. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. All right, now we get to kill this nerd. We get to kill this nerd and play out Kenra. Yes. Oh, I could have targeted Llanowar Elves, sure. Now, I want to get their life total as close to 0 as possible. Sad. Don't have quite enough to escape that as of yet. A braid and cut, you say? All right, so I'm going to cut this, then hold up a braid. All right. Okay. They're at 8. You love to see it, chat. Oh, yeah. Are they dead to this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No. 3, 4, 5? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can leave up a braid. I lose ribbons. That's fine. Oh, wait, I don't lose ribbons. Maybe I should have let them have the Citadel. Like, what are they going to cast? Oh, crap. I should have abraded in response. I should have abraded in response. Sweet! We took one. We took a match off of Jun's Sacrifice. Okay. So we learned some things. Yeah. We got a Core 2021 pack that we get to open. Get a rare wild card again. And a discontinuity, sure. Sure. Words. So, look, I think there are two ways to look at this. One way is we lost the first game miserably in both matchups against Jund Sacrifice, so we should change our deck to accommodate it. Or we can say in game 2 of the first match and in game 2 of the second one, it was either close or not close at all, right? Like, of the 3 non-game 1 games we played, our sideboard plan seemed to be enough to keep them in check. We lost one of those, but we made a change that helps it, and we have a little bit more knowledge about how that matchup goes. Do you forfeit game 1, or do you give yourself game? You know? It's one of those things. Like, is this deck good enough against the field? I'm just going to play ladder matches because that's just how I make content here. But I think you have to ask yourself, is this deck good enough to field in game 1 that we can punt game 1 against one of the better decks in the format? That's true too. I don't actually hate, like, this. Like, I want some Reggie because it's just large. Sorry, we dropped 2 Rotting Regisaur and 1 Ashiok. For 3 of our Bone Crusher friends. I like 4 Mire Tritons because it gains life against aggro, it blocks their largest creature, and it fills our graveyard. Phoenix of Ash, I still want to try 4 because I just want to keep drawing it and see how it feels. It's felt really good right now. And then Ashiok, I do agree we should cut 1 Ashiok, so we're on the same there. I think cutting 2 Regisaur is fine because, like, it's just a 7/6 most of the time, which is big, but not unbeatable. You still want 3 Reggie. So it would be like that. This does look cleaner, honestly. Let's take this for a whirl. Let me give 3 reasons. Ooh. Lawyer me. Give me that good lawyer stuff. Yep, sideboarding in and outs. Yeah. We decided to forego Embercleave for Demonic Embrace because flying is busted, and the fact that our version of Embercleave always costs 3 mana is just kind of amazing. Best with a hug, yeah. All right, we'll give this list a whirl. We'll see how this one feels. And we get it back from the grave too, definitely. Like, if we milled over Embercleave, that Embercleave is gone forever, whereas if we mill over our Embrace, then we get to cast it with value. Oh, boy. Flying is kind of busted, for sure. Alright, not the most impressive hand, but... Oh, is this blue-red tempo or something? No. I was wrong. I was wrong, chat. This is not blue-red tempo. Dovin's veto. Censor, sure. Cut is not good here. Ribbons is good, but cut, not so much. Yeah, we don't go super wide. Ooh. It's 5 mana. Let's see if they counter this. I'm kind of in for them countering this, honestly. The reason we don't play both is because we're sort of a super focused deck. So, like, having cards that we can't always cast is a little rough. Alright, so they're going to Field of Ruin my Ramanop Ruins, get a white source, untap Wrath of God here. Ooh, a Pet the Cat from D. Baker. Yes, I would love to. Look, I've read this book. I'm the antagonist in this book. We don't have any good stuff in our graveyard. That early Ashiok counter is really costing us. But they're also not doing anything. Well, there's one of them. Got him. One of those type of decks. We know what you mean. I think Cleave is very good. I don't think it's the right fit for this deck. Yep. Gosh, we even have enough mana, right? Yeah, we do. Come on, counter me. Not like that. They're about to... Oh, they can't settle the wreckage? Nice. Look at this. Look at this dog just holding this thing up. It's like, I'm gonna get you with this part of a statue thingy. Poke you in the eyeball. Sure was some cycling. So we can currently ribbons for 7. Not that I think we're going to ribbons for 7. Yeah. Let's draw another Kinra. Hey, here's another thing they can't counter. I don't have any Kinners or cuts. Yeah. Yeah, they are new. They are definitely new.
Mind and body should move in unison. Keep an open mind.
And when I say new, I mean to this version of this application. I can't even say they're new to this application. Kinra! We're going to Kinra! I just made a reference I don't think anyone will get. I'm gonna make it so they can't draw any more cards with her. Hey, Kyle gets it. Oh, right. Y'all are Weeble fans. You know what's up. Oh no, my Earthshaker Kinra is going to my graveyard. Whatever am I to do? Well, the giraffes are, and the zebras. If I ribbons, I want to use all my mana to do it. But yeah, I guess they were tapped out. Have they? I guess sharks are a way to kill us.
With thoughtfulness before action.
Ah, Teferi is a way to kill us. Look, if they have Spell Pierce.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Flipped his Kanta, Big Tef, we're probably just dead here. We had a pretty medium draw, and they countered our one spell that mattered. You're gonna like Brazen Borrower me? Oh, they have this. Yeah, we're just, yeah. You had a crazy idea. Uh-oh. That is a crazy idea. Stop it. Don't do it. That's way too many. Way too many cards to exile. Bone Crusher can come out now. Yeah, I had to share. Okay. What are the other 2 cuts we're making here? What if we just do 2 Ferocidons? Is that too light on threats? 21 creatures? We have 3, 7, 11 recursive threats. Plus ribbons. Let's try this. Art Vandalay. Oh my god. I hate this username. Yeah, we got two. We got two ferocious dons. That's what they're called. Screw it. Keeping it. Show me what you've got. They don't got a lot. $26 lands later. Yeah, you know. Whew. To a land. Look at 2 cards, potentially discard 1. Well, the problem with holding Thoughtseize until next turn is literally all of my plays cost 3 mana. So if I draw a land, I won't be able to cast Thoughtseize. But we'll see. Perfect, a 2 mana. Oh. I mean, yes. Yeah, just remember, chat. You come here because you want to see what it looks like when a really unlucky person plays a really good deck. My land. Five mana to fairy. All right. Let's go. I'm leading on this because if they can counter it, I can cast it again next turn. But if Ashiok doesn't resolve, I'm sad. Settle the wreckage. Get me some red mana. Cycle an irrigated farmland. Go. It's screw beats flood, right? That's the saying? Not blocking is definitely a line. Yeah. This is a 2-drop. And we died. Because I can't draw a red source to save my life.
Is a lilting tune that's crescendo. Behold my epilogue.
All right, no attacks. Block. Right. Why can't I draw red source? What am I discarding here? Gosh, if we had one red source in all this, Croxa, yeah, probably just Croxa. Put this all in the bin. Counter spell. Huh. Not using Ashiok, because hopefully it's a distraction. They're just gonna draw a card here. Untap 2 lands, have 4 cards in hand. Oh my god. Cool. We lost to Magic the Gathering. Understood. I want to play a real game. I want to play a real game. This is kind of close to that. We're not main decking Thoughtseize, but we have very similar threat distribution. 26 lands. I cannot stress that enough, chat. We have 26 lands in this deck. Joke's on you, opponent. I want all of my cards in my graveyard. Right where I wanted them. Right? They didn't take Mire Triton? Ooh, we Jundin over here? What are you doing? We drew a 3rd land? Are you serious? Oh, I shouldn't have played the land because I already know about Regisaur. Come on. Come on, block. Oh. Alright. Actually, a moment of pause. Do I kill this? Nah, just kidding. Let's play a 7-6. Bah. I mean, like, they're a Jund deck, so they could honestly have Eliminate. They just keep hovering over Regisaur like, this stupid thing. I was like, snap block? We drew a red source. This only needs 3, right? Yeah, it does. Gosh, I'm a professional gamer. Attack! Mythic. I'm not a Mythic gamer. Excuse me, this is definitely Platinum. Well, you're losing your Llanowar Visionary and taking 5. And you whiffed on Collected Company. Oh. Oh, that was beautiful. Okay, you're dead on board. Ouchtown population them. So they're a creature deck that has whatchamacallit in it. Coco. So Eliminate seems really good against Collected Company. Are they with Llanowar Visionary? I think they're just a Jund Coco deck. I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, quality software. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I mean, we have a braid anyway, so that helps. And then we can like cut Croxa here. It is a main deck consideration, definitely. I need 3 more cuts. Like, I like having all the Doom Blades. I mean, some controller is running Mind Stone. 3 cuts. 3 cuts, chat. Time is running out. Okay, fine. Reggie. We're just gonna kill all their stuff and then stick 1 threat and kill them. That's our plan. Yeah, this will do. They're a Thoughtseize deck. I have 3 lands and I have spells. Look at that. Called it. Take cut. I dare you. Take this one. This one. I cut Croxa, though. Do you concede? Okay, so let me explain that joke. No, never mind. They only have 3 cards in hand, so, you know. Let's get to smashing with Kenra. You've taken 6 damage, and I have a threat in play. Yeah. I'm just gonna ask you to not have that in play. Eliminate him! Ooh. Now let's just get to killing. Like we're 1 land off of eternalizing this. Oh, that hits our graveyard. What? Their Fiend Artisan deck didn't discard my Ashiok, by the way. Their Fiend Artisan deck didn't discard my Ashiok. Just like a point notice there. mill first.
You delectable snack.
No, I think this figure's fine. We were one land off of, well, I guess, yeah, we were one land in play off of doing a demonic brace on this thing. What? Can I help you, ma'am? Oh, hey, the one land I was looking for. Agonizing Remorse targeting what? I have 2 Phoenix of Ash and 2 Demonic Embrace. Now they're empty-handed too? Oh, honey.
Your lack of fear disturbs me.
Alright. Watch out, I'm gonna do it again.
You will be haunted by this too.
Ribbons is lethal next turn, so I'm gonna put Ramanop in play. They're dead. We beat the crappy Jund deck. We beat the crappy Jund deck. Phoenix was very impressive there. It's exactly why we like Phoenix. Alright, so here's what we need to talk about. Sideboarding versus Jund Sacrifice. Cards we want. No, I want you over here where I can see you. Thank you. Why? I literally put you over this card so that you would go there. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I can do that. So, this is Croaky's list. There's a cat in the way. Is there not a... Okay, he's basically out of the way. So this is Croaky's list, which I assume everyone's playing because it's Croaky's. So their plan... They get to use Phyrexian Tower to get this out on 3, and then they can play Mayhem Devil and just go off. And I think what we ended up doing in Game 2 in the first match and Games 2 and 3 in the second match against them worked really well. And that was just to kill all the things and put any amount of pressure on their life total. Yeah, so the second person brought in Skoos, and they might bring in Clothis, too. Clothis hits the graveyard. And we saw Bone Crusher. God. And Claim? Jeez, did they just, like, do a full thing against us? I don't know. Wasn't Croaky's, so I don't know the ins and outs. But this is scary deck. So I think what we want to do is bring in as much removal as possible and pressure their life. Where did you post it? Well-born Moose. I put my mortgage on you to win the open spot. Oh, goodness gracious. That was a mistake. Oh, yeah, this is Croaky's list. So if you got it from Croaky's, then yes, it is the same. Thank you so much for coming back for the 4th month. Your banana has ripened a little bit there. Raleigh. What are you doing? Come here. Oh, bonus cat. We got a bonus cat. You can't see her because she's, the same color as this background. But she's here. Hi. Hi, pretty girl. You don't want to look at the camera? You want to look away from the camera so they can't see your eyes, huh? What's over here? Come on. Look at that. She's got eyeballs, chat. Riddle is not impressed. Okay, so she isn't just ears. So with this list in mind, I love void cats. Well, she is definitely a void cat. Can we there you go. You can kind of see her. No, stop it. So this is what we brought in. Wow, okay, this cat's name is Rawling. The cat on camera, who is usually the only cat here, is Riddle. Yeah, I agree. I think we just have to fight through it, basically. All right, I'm going to put you down. Come on. Oh. Okay. Okay. You want to stay? You're weird. You, both don't want to stay and do want to stay. Let me put you down. She's holding on so tight. Cat. Cat, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, kick me in the face. There. Oh, yeah, Rampaging Ferocidon helps for sure. Wait, did we cited in Rampaging Ferocidon too, as I recall. So that's like our whole sideboard, except for Thoughtseize. And then what did we take out? Hey, Space. We took out Croxa, I want to say. You like that we took him out, or you like keeping him in? Sorry, I just want to be clear. Oh, claim Reggie. Yeah, okay, that's fair. And then we took out 4 other cards. What other 4 cards did we take out? I don't even remember. Because I definitely remember bringing in all the Doomblades and Rampaging Ferocidon. Yeah, 1 Embrace sounds right. 1 Ashiok. That still leaves us 2, though. Maybe we did? Do we really draw both Ferocidons that one game? I think... So their life gain is just... Wait, I can look at their life gain. Sorry. Their life gain is Gilded Goose and Clothis. And, that's it. So maybe 2 is correct. But it also hits, whenever they play a creature, they lose life. Oh, and Blood Artist. Yeah, I definitely want the full 4. And I do want some amount of Ashioks because they have... Actually, Croaky's list doesn't have Fabled Passage in it. Because he only has 2 forests. They have Woe Strider, Skooz targets graveyard, so eliminating theirs is good, and Clothis targets stuff in the graveyard. Although, looking at that, maybe we do just... Cutting Ashiok is really tough, though, because it also eliminates our plan. Although we could just be, like, a red-black aggro deck that kills all their threats. Like, this becomes more mid-range, right? Like, we control the board and stick, like, 1 or 2 threats and slowly whittle their life total down. Because this is 2, 4, 7, 10 different Doomblades. Oh, 12 different Doomblades. Kinra or Knight? We could cut 2 Knights. I like Kinra because it comes back late. So this means we're looking kind of like this. Hold on. Let me get it so that chat's not in the way. I don't... So I would typically agree with you for sure, but I think our problem is if we don't kill all their stuff, they just combo us out of nowhere. Yeah, exactly. Like, even Llanowar Elves is a must kill because they can sacrifice... It's 3 mana, basically. They can tap it for 1 green and then sacrifice it to Tower for 2 black, and that gives them a turn 3 Citadel, and that's bad. If I were to not bring in some of these, it'd probably be the 2 Disfigures. But then Disfigure is just so mana efficient. It kills Goose, Llanowar Elves, Priest of the Forgotten Gods, Blood Artist, and a regular Woe Strider. So it's super powerful, actually. Yeah, exactly. Like Mayhem Devil, an escaped Woe Strider, Clothis, a Skooz that has 1 green up, and Bone Crusher Giant. Which I'm not sure if they bring in Bone Crusher Giant or not. And that's in the 75, not the 60. So maybe this is the plan. Knight is like our most medium threat anyway. Yeah, like killing our stuff is whatever. We'll just bring it back. In this matchup, this is more often cut than it's ribbons, whereas in other matches is more often ribbons than cut. And this leaves us Ashiok and Mire Triton as ways to get stuff in our graveyard. But again, I think this matchup we're playing the front half of our creatures a lot more than the back half. We're just like sticking 1 or 2 threats, killing all their stuff along the way, and then we chip away at their life total. I kind of want like an album where I'm keeping all of this stuff so I can access it during the event tomorrow. I don't want to put it on my Stream Decker. Where's the... Oh, I know. I can put these on Scryfall. Nah. I like having it in the browser because I have the browser open anyway. And this way I can share the links with you and you can look at them and be like, okay, hold on. Reset done. Export. Okay, file. Paste from arena. Paste. Cleanup. Cool. All right. What's another blue-white auras? Oh, so you know. This is what we settled on for against Jund Sacrifice. So this is post-board against Jund Sacrifice is what you're looking at. Oh, I know what that is. I was like, what on earth is going on? Any thoughts? Any disagreements? Oh, you like that. Okay, cool. We're going to move on to blue-white auras. Does anyone have a blue-white auras list that we can look at? Oh, you think Knight is a hard cut? I could buy that. Because we were looking for one more, like... I like this because this means we can have 3 Ashioks. And we can have our last Demonic Embrace to be more aggressive. Yeah. Yeah, you get it. Okay, okay. Sorry, just changing the thing here. And this. Hold on. What did I do wrong? Oh, I see. I see. I see. Cool. Just making sure my page here is right. Yeah. No, I like this list. I like having 3 Ashioks. I like more Embrace, and then we just turbo out our kill spells. Yeah. No, this is fine. Okay. So, blue-white auras. Does anyone have a blue-white auras list that we can look at really quick? I don't know how to use the site anymore, apparently. Auras. Specifically auras. Wow. I would like to share what I was trying to do with you. I was looking at the historic metagame page on MTG Goldfish, and you'll notice that the top most played deck here is Temur Reclamation. No? No? Cool. That was useless. Maybe there's a... No, that's control. Azorius aggro. Okay, I think I found one. All right, I found one. Found one. All right, so they're a Luris deck that plays cheap threats that are elusive or give protection, and then they play Core Spirit Dancer to play... Really? They only play 1 Curiosity? And then they do a bunch of stuff. Really tough deck to play against. Yeah, this one looks pretty bad. It got 7th place in an event, and I clicked on it. Azurius Lurius. Yeah. Arcane Flight, Obsession. So this is a deck that has a wrong half problem. Here we go. So Curious Obsession, Arcane Flight, Sentinel's Eyes, Selfless Savior for protection, Cartouche. Cartouche is cute because it means we can't make them sacrifice. Ether Tunnel, Cartouche of Knowledge, Staggering Insight, Danto Vanguard. Really, only 2? Core Spirit Dancer, Baffling End, All That Glitters. So, yeah, they just play out dorks and suit them up and attack you. And then they have some amounts of protection and Selfless Savior and Alsaid of Life's Bounty. And they can rebuy their threats with Luris. Does this not have... I don't know how to look at this. Where's the sideboard? How do I look at sideboard? Sideboard. All right, well, I think I know basically what we're looking at there. So the thing we want to do is... Ooh. Not accidentally click on things. This one has a sideboard. And I can kind of look at it. Alright, Adanto Vanguard. Yeah, okay, this the one of Ornithopter, sure. One more. Neither Gust doesn't do anything. Baffling End's kind of good against us. Dive Down. Grafdigger's Cage is something to know about. Spell Pierce and Rest in Peace is something to know about. I just want sideboard. Yeah, but it doesn't... I can't see the sideboard on this one. I literally can't use this website. Look, it says sideboard. I'm clicking on it. Nothing is happening. What do? I also don't like how this looks, and I don't like that when I do this, I now can't see what's underneath this card. Yeah, no, this site gives me problems. Yeah, Rip and Cage. There was just a hairball in the other room. So Rip, Cage, and Baffling End are probably our biggest issues. And we want to make sure... Yeah, if they're playing Lures, that is weird. Same with Cage. But I think... Sorry, let me... Oh my god. I hate everything. So... I like a braid here. This might just be the same sideboard plan as it is against Jund Sack. No, because I want Thoughtseize. Yeah, Eliminate's pretty good. Disfigure's good because they have the dog gives indestructible and Disfigure gets around that. Maybe we only bring in 2 Abrades. I kind of want this to be what we bring in. Yeah, Reggie's pretty good. Bone Crusher is interesting, though, because Stomp means cards like also Outside of Life's Bounty is a little bit blanked. This might be an Ashiok out matchup because it doesn't affect the board. Yeah, okay. Kroxa also not good against aggro decks. I guess if we're bringing in all of these cards, maybe it is right because like look how clean that is. Yeah, Ferocidon's good because they have Staggering Insight. What if we did this? And I'll explain why in a second. What if we did this because we've cut our Ashioks, so our only ways to fill our graveyard are Mire Triton and Rotting Regisaur? We could even cut, like, no, I don't like cutting Demonic Embrace. They have so many flying auras that I think we want to keep flying in mind. I don't like cutting Mire Triton because it's basically a removal spell if it gets to block. Yeah, that's true too. Is Bone Crusher better than Kinra because it's a better blocker and it's a 2 damage spell on top of that? Like, we're not the aggro deck in this matchup, so we can... We can do like this. Wait. Yeah. So curve-wise... we look like this. Hopefully die. And again, we're doing Thoughtseize because they're a creature light deck. They're playing... oh, God. How do I read this? 14 creatures. So if they keep a hand, it usually only has 1 creature in it, and we can make them discard it. And then they're just stuck with a bunch of pants, but no legs to put them on. Yeah, exactly. So we just want to exacerbate their wrong half problems with a little Thoughtseize. Yep. All right, so I think this is where we want to be for blue-white auras. New deck. Call this one. There's blue-white auras. Oh yeah, we sort of eliminate Rip as a thing. I mean, we still have Demonic Embrace and Cut to Ribbons, but mostly we're playing to the board now, so that's nice. All right, what's another matchup that we're expecting? Goblins. I don't know. What happened to Hoagland's stream? I don't know the answer to that. He was streaming earlier. Why are you there? I guess he ended on time. Oh no. All right, goblins. Sorry, let me just put that there. All right, so we want disfigure, eliminate sounds good. And rampaging Ferocidon. No Ash. Yeah, we're killing all their stuff, so we cut our early threat. I feel weird about no Kenra, but that is pretty simple. That is the easy plan. That looks more like this. Ashiok randomly shutting off, what is it, Goblin Matron is pretty sweet. Sweet. Yeah, Goblin Matron. Just a 3-mana 1/1. Oh, we built the board with goblins in mind. That's funny. And we get to keep Bone Crusher now. So we have 2, 5, 8, 10 ways to kill their early threats. And we have Ferocidon to make them going wide not so good. Yeah, we don't want Cage in our board, which is unfortunate, but we definitely don't want Cage in our board. All right. Wow. You have played this a lot more than I have. This is also the most effort I've put into planning for an event like this. Yeah, I could see that. Yo Vivo with the follow. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. I don't think so. I think this is fine. So we have Jund Sacrifice, Blue-White Auras, Goblins. Probably. That sounds like me. I've put in all this work. Let's play something else. Versus Blue-White Control. Hey, MTG Nerd Girl, what's up? We're just working on our plan for tomorrow's Hoaglandia Open. Gonna play some red-black Embrace. Working on our different sideboard plans. All right. So blue-white control. Let's see. We've played against this a few times, actually. We get to bring in Thoughtseize. Why will you not put it where I want it? Thank you. Yeah, this is all recursion on deck, and we want Rampaging Ferocidon because it just randomly gets them. Because sometimes they have Sphinx's Revelation, they have Absorb, Dream Trawler in some of them. I think these are the 8 cards we want. Bone Crusher, less good. Ugh. And then our 5 other cuts. Did we... Yeah, timely reinforcements is also a thought. Why would we want Disfigure? Did we cut Reggie in these matchups? Because no, this is blue-white control. I think in a removal light matchup, you don't cut it. A braid hits cage. Yeah. I don't want the full 3 though. Like maybe 2. Because they don't really have targets for the other half. Yeah, that's true. Back down to just needing those 5 cuts, though. Okay, now's the time. Speak up. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Sorry, shaking the whole camera by petting him like that. My bad. I mean, we seem to dominate it the, like, 2 or 3 times we played it between yesterday and today. How relevant is Ashiok? So, Ashiok's good against cards like Search for Azcanta. It can randomly hose some of their scries, which is kind of medium. But I think the reason you keep Ashiok in isn't for what they're doing, but is for what we're doing. This is just, like, turbo fuel for us. Yeah, exactly. Like, this draws us cards, basically. We mill over Phoenix, we mill over Earthshaker, Kroxa, Demonic Embrace. So I don't think this is an Ashiok out matchup. I think you only cut them when you're playing against, like, board presence decks. And not even all of them. Static text is also a bonus. People forget that exists. Yeah, I like... So, cards I really like in this matchup. I like Kinra. I like Phoenix of Ash. And then everything else, I'm like... Yeah, this is good too. It's an early threat. It grows late game. Yeah, if we could have 5 Ashioks, our name would be Bertoncini. There might be merit to cutting 1 or 2 Demonic Embraces because flashing this one back costs us 2 cards. Yeah, no one is running Dispute. That's actually a really good point. I could see cutting like this. I like this just because it's a big dumb. It goes bah. So, if we... Yeah. if we set this so that it looks like our actual curve for the game, it looks it's so beautiful. We attack their hand, attack their face, and hopefully win. Yeah, I like this. Okay. So we got blue-white control down. I hope no one is as hungry as I am right now. Yeah, we'll do ramp next, right after I paste this. My lunch was what I would describe as not very imaginative, and it is leaving me wanting a lot more food. We'll get it after this. It's fine. Don't worry. We only got like 2 more decks to look at. Blue-white control. Alright, so we have blue-white control, blue-white auras, goblins, Jund sacrifice. Now we're going to do ramp. I think I'm going to take the rest of the day off after this. I think this is a great video for people who want to see what planning for an event looks like. And it's helping me get my mind around it because oh crap, I hate when I do that. Because I've never really planned this hard. Ramp. Click submit. No. So this is ramp. We're thinking like Golos, Hour of Devastation, or Promise, or whatever it is. The green 5-mana thing. Yeah, we bring in a Braid, kills Golos, kills any sort of graveyard hate they might have. Thoughtseize does seem pretty decent. And honestly, I think that's it. I think these are the 7 cards we want here. And then we definitely want to keep Ashiok. You'd have Ferocidon in lieu of Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, I could buy that. They don't have, like, a lot of things that we can stomp. Oh, and field triggers, too. Yes, yes, yes. We definitely want this in. Okay, yeah. I guess this is how we want to run it. Just bring in 10 cards here. Just 10 out of 15. So, we want Bone Crusher Oot. We want... Cards we definitely want are Demonic Embrace and Ashiok, because this stops Hour of Promise, and this lets us fly over their little tokens that we don't care about. And that means we also definitely want Phoenix of Ash. I don't know. Every time I've played against Field, I've just sort of made some quick swaps, and it's not really felt like an issue. This is a matchup where this card is ribbons more than it's cut. But if it ends up in our hand, it's not very good. I cut. I just like that phrase. I cut. All right, so here's my sacrilegious question. Do we cut Rotting Regisaur because without Demonic Embrace it doesn't do anything? Or do we just keep it because we're always going to draw the Demonic Embrace? Like, I could see 3 and 2 between these. I like Croxa because I just want to pressure their hand. Like, what if we did it like this? And that would leave our curve looking like this. It's a little blocky, but... Wait, why does it look different over there, though? Oh, because of the numbers. Duh. You like this one? Yeah. Meyer can block Uro, plus it doesn't gain life because we have... Well, we also have Ashiok and Rampaging Ferocidon, so... SBK Dev with the follow. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. My welcomes have been kind of weird today, sorry. Yeah, I kind of want to be a bit more on the aggressive side, which is why I'm not cutting Earthshaker Kinra. This card gets super medium late if they've made like any amount of presence. I could actually see cutting 2 of these instead of 2 Mire Tritons, because at least this has Death Touch, but no, I like the late plan with this. I think our important cards are definitely Phoenix of Ash, Demonic Embrace, and Ashiok. And everything else is just sort of like there. Yeah. All right. Export. I agree. I think this matchup we're pretty well favored in. Paste. This is first ramp. Oh, that's true too. Earthshaker's much better against like Rejuvenator and Grazer. All right. Where are we? We're down here now. Look, I have so many decks to go before I'm out of space. So versus Gruul aggro. I think we need to do Gruul aggro and mono red aggro, and then we can talk about that. So Gruul aggro is sort of 3-drop central, Llanowar Elves, Pelt Collector. So disfigure, eliminate. They're not gaining life, and they're not going super wide. A Braid gets in because of the good old Cleave. I think these are the 7 cards we want. And I like Regisaur here because it's just big. And their removal is usually damage based, so having a 7/6 is pretty good against them. Oh, we do want a Spirits Mono Blue Tempo plan. You're right. Earthshaker Kinra, Bone Crusher Giant, Phoenix of Ash, and Rotting Regisaur all sound amazing to me. Ashiok sounds medium to me because they don't play to the board. So that's 4 cuts we'd have to make after that. Oh, wait, is it just this? Like, is that how you board in this matchup? I don't, this doesn't play to the board, so it's just wasting our time. Yeah, that's the other thing. When you want to talk easy in and outs. So here's a question then. Is this also how we would want to side against spirits, specifically blue-white or Bant with Cocoa? Because if it is, it'll make my life easier. I don't think Spirit specifically runs that. Like a blue-white tempo deck might, but not Spirits. I don't know how often we'll have enough mana to double spell in that way, though. In our 26 land deck that is somehow aggressive. Thoughtseize is the other thing I would consider, though. All right. Well, let's call this one done. Just saw the Coyotes win. Fantastic. I guess, if that's who you're rooting for. Yeah, sorry. Let me show you what we came up with for Gruul. We cut Ashiok and Kroxa, and we brought in Eliminate, Abrade, and Disfigure. After I make these sideboards, I'm going to disappear into the sunset. Yeah, and then I cut, yeah, so we cut Kroxa because it's an easy cut, and then I cut Ashiok because they don't play to the board. And I think that's important against Gruul aggro. This leaves us with plenty of removal, plenty of things that can block really well, excuse me. And then ways to go over the top. We could cut like a mountain to bring in one more thing if you wanted, but I don't know. Ashiok just doesn't do anything this match. Like, I know it's supposed to enable our stuff, but playing to the board seems more important. But you're saying like this? A one of Thoughtseize seems more important for Spirits. Okay, sorry, I was cleaning up the I was cleaning up the end of this Gruul section here. Okay, sorry. Yeah, this is the end of Gruul because I was showing you Gruul. I think Gruul is fine. I don't know if it's a good matchup or not, but I think that's fine. Yeah. Oh. All right. First Gruul, done editing. Okay. Clone this, and now we're doing verse spirits. I know how to spell spirits. No, I want you next to it. It's the same plan except -1. Okay, so our plan was Abrade, Eliminate, Disfigure, and then one Thoughtseize, and we cut one Mountain, all the Kroxas, and the Ashioks. Oh, yeah. Okay. I can see that. So that's what we're saying we want to go with. I kind of hope I do well and I get on camera and Jeff sees how quickly I'm sideboarding because I just have a guide next to me. Yeah, that's true. Ruins is extra. We have 2 ruins as our 25th and 26th land. Heck, if you wanted, we could even do like this. Like go 24 lands to have 2 Thoughtseize. Yeah, okay. You have a lot more reps with the deck, so we will keep this as is. I think I only have one more deck combination sideboard guide in me. You cut the Ramanop Ruins because it only makes red and that red hurts you, whereas the we want as many black sources as possible, so cutting Canyon Slough doesn't sound that appealing. And we can cycle that late game at least. Uh, Probably, I mean, Mono Red's probably close to Gruul aggro, and so is Mono Black, I guess. Hmm. All right. So most red decks wins strategies I've seen are playing Soul Scar Mage plus other wizards to do Wizard's Lightning. I've seen some amount of Lightning Strikes. Yeah, oh yeah, Ashiok does nothing in this matchup. This is a one ruins out. Feather is a good one. Maybe I have more in me. We'll see. I like Disfigure. Eliminate. Just we have all the good spells. Braid. Oh, this is Croxa out, right? We could technically keep Ramanop Ruins in, and that would be a clean switch. Why don't you like Phoenix of Ash? I think it blocks and comes back and blocks again. I mean, if they're killing Phoenix of Ash, like, the difference between Phoenix of Ash and Croxa is this comes in, they discard a spell, and then it sits there and we die slowly, whereas this comes out and they have to, I don't know, it's pretty close. Like, this escapes easier than Croxa too? red, black, X, aggro, basically the mirror, and feather. What about this? This gives us enough removal, some beefy threats. A little bit of hand disruption. This is mono red, yeah. I moved chat and it's still in the way, so sorry. I tried. OBS. Being a streamer that lets the YouTube viewers see what happened in chat, so I'm not just making random comments into the air. That is a glut of twos. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Croxa in the matchup either. If you have an Ember Cleave with Croxa versus Mono Red, I'm going to take a shot. Oh, if I hit an Ember Cleave. I did bring in 3 Abrades. Alright. Stop brushing the mic stand. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? I just don't know that we'll be able to get there consistently enough against like a super aggro deck. So feather. Light as a feather, stiff as a brick or something. Feather's kind of a tough one, huh? Yeah, but I'm saying, like, Croxa isn't interaction at all. It's just making them discard, and then we hope to live to see another day. Mama's home. You know Mama's home when the cats go running. So, eliminate kills all of their threats. Disfigure has small windows to kill a good chunk of their threats. I mean, the Phoenix more often gets in to actually do damage. What I'm saying is I don't think you're able to cast Croxa as a 6/6 as often as you seem to be implying. Yeah, I agree that Disfigure will probably often be sad times. I like a braid. Disfigure is technically a combat trick. Do we want Thoughtseize against Feather? Because they're also kind of a wrong half deck, right? They have like a bunch of pump spells and a small amount of creatures. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So let me look at the Auras deck. We have 2 Disfigure, 2 Abrade, 2 Eliminate, and 4 Thoughtseize. Disfigure's a little bit better in that matchup. Yeah. So we have 9 cards to cut. In the Auras matchup, we cut 3 Phoenix, 3 Ashiok, and 4 Earthshaker, which is 10. It might be close to just doing that, but leaving like one Earthshaker. Yeah. This picks apart their hand. Eliminate kills it. But we gotta... Oh, this is a Bone Crusher. Has to stay in matchup because of God's Willing. Oh, he's back? Is he gonna stay, though?
Probably not.
Did you see what happened to his chin?
No, what happened?
See that? It's a big old scab.
But is that from Story Me?
That's what I think. All right.
Wow.
See if they answer. Cat making me push buttons left and right. I have tagged them to ask what their most recent Featherless looks like. What was the other card I said we... It was Kinra? Going to Kinra? Where the giraffes are? Oh, it's Phoenix Vash. That's the card I was looking at. I kind of like this. I think this will do. I like keeping a couple Earthshaker Kinras because they turn their creatures sideways a lot. We might be able to punk them out a little bit. Thoughtseize getting rid of, you know, their wrong half issues. Yeah, maybe you're right, actually. Being able to block Feather seems relevant. And it pumps. All right. I think I am going to go ahead, export this, put it into my list of decks here. And, oh, I will continue the tradition. The mirror, I'll just gamble. I'll just gamble. Let me actually find... Well, his deck list is different than ours. Because he's got, like... Alright, jeffhoagland.com. Historic decks. Proven. Red, black, X, aggro. Throw it up over here. Hit the button. Hit the button again. There we go. We got 3 Ashioks, some Bone Crushers, Earthshaker Kenra, Knight. Okay, actually, it's very similar to ours. Only 2 of these. 2 Embercleave, 2 Demonic Embrace. And then the side has a Braid, Agonizing Remorse, another Ashiok, some Disfigure, Heartless Act, Rampaging Frostodon, and Witch's Vengeance. So... Oh, yeah, he's on fewer lands. Sure. So, I don't want to be editing this deck. If we're assuming people take that specific list, because the people are sheep, bah. We get to bring in a braid. Eliminate is really good. Then maybe a Thought Seeds of our... Well, Thought Seeds isn't exactly good. Right? Because most of their cards, they want Sink overflowing. Go fix it. Go. Run. Hurry. Disfigure better than Thoughtseize. Disfigure kills Triton, Kinra, Knight, Phoenix? Yeah, okay. I can buy that. Cards that are less good. Definitely want to keep in Ashiok. Because they exile the opponent's graveyard. So we definitely want to do that. Four more cuts. Yeah, that's true. Okay, but then you still need 2 more cuts after that? We could cut Ramanop Ruins because they're pretty aggressive. And then, like, cut 1 to... Do like this? 1 Reggie, maybe? Something like this? Yeah, it's either Reggie or Phoenix, I think. I hit the microphone. I'm so sorry. I apologize to all headphone users in the great North American hemisphere. I don't know what I just said. All right. I think this looks fine for the mirror. Especially if they're playing Embercleave. The desert is a voracious beast, devouring both flesh and stone. That was the flavor text of a braid. I hope you enjoyed. Ay. Cinco de mustache. Kids that are hip, they grow hair on their lip. View your decks. New deck. Constructed. Historic. Verse mirror. File. Paste. Done editing. All right. So now comes the fun part. So I go into Discord. I come down here. Oh, come on. Please listen to me. That is Hoaglandia Open 4, my dude. Signups are now live. Here we go. This is it, right? Yes. Okay. First we go red, black, embrace. We hit export. Okay. Yes. It was. I definitely looked at Ramanap Red, and they were playing 4 Kinras, because it's a great card. Oh, Ramanap Ruins, yes. The answer is still yes. They were playing 4 Ruins, and some were playing 2 Sunscorched Deserts. But they were also playing 24 to 26 lands in mono red, because their sideboard had Dragon that exerts that people want to play, but probably isn't good in this format. Glorybringer. That's the one. Hold on. Gotta sign in before I do this next part. I can't let the little one choose sinks. Oh no. There it is. All right, so let's see. Our code is number. All right. Now I gotta go do this nonsense again. All right. 96 players. So here we are. We're going to paste. All right, so this is the actual main one. Import. All right, gotta select archetypes. Rakdos aggro. Yeah, aggro seems best. Don't have a companion. Import. Celery stalks, oh no. All right, submit deck list. We are now fully ready for tomorrow's event. Except I forgot what time it starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I'll probably be live at like 9:45. And we'll get to do the thing. Check in 90 minutes before start. 90 minutes before start's 8:30. Okay, I'll try to remember. See you all bright and early tomorrow morning for some good times. Yes, it is very brutal for West Coast people. Have a good evening.